Hey guys, back at it. This is day 247 and 248. So these days are a combo of, Thursday and Friday. Went with my daughter and her school to DC on a class trip, the eighth grade class. This was just a fun time to kind of like hang out with her and get to see DC and just like engage and be a chaperone and actually have fun and see the things myself. So Thursday we got up really early. I think I set my alarm for 4:30. Got up, did last minute packs, jumped in the shower, got dressed, both of us, and we were ready to get in the car and get to the school. We had to be there early as chaperone just to like do different things. And so we got to the school, parked, grabbed our stuff, went in, put it in the bus, and then went and waited for the rest of our group, which there were only 5 of us, so me included, and my daughter, and then yes, 5 total. So 3 of her friends, and then her, and then me. And so we got all of our stuff, lanyards, wristbands, the itinerary and emergency phone contacts and all kinds of stuff like that. We listened to one last teacher informational, and then we all loaded on the bus, and it was like a 4 or 5 hour drive, and we did one pit stop to go to the bathroom, and then we got to DC. First thing we did was the Capitol building, and we got to the Capitol building, and it was just, I was always just making sure I was looking for kids, making sure they were where they needed to be, always had my group, and did some informational session at the Capitol. We had a tour guide for the whole weekend, or 2 days, as it wasn't really a weekend. And then we actually got to watch a movie about the Capitol, and then walk around in the rotunda, see all the statues. They explained a lot about the paintings. I don't think we saw anybody super important or famous that we knew about. We got to take photos. It was really cool because we went, after we were done touring the Capitol building itself, we went downstairs and through this like little corridor and popped up into the library. And it was funny because I looked out the window and I was like, look, there's the Capitol across the street. And I said, do you know that we just walked underground? And it was like kind of a shocking thing. It was kind of cool. So we went into the library, and beautiful architecture, beautiful paintings, beautiful just like everything, old school and just like old world, beautiful. Looked at some main pieces of the library and like how extensive and large the library is. After the library, we went outside to just gather and go to the Jefferson, the Lincoln Memorial, the Vietnam War Memorial, and a few other ones. So we hit a lot of memorials in one shot, and then we went to the Lincoln and the Jefferson. It was really cold and really windy, and a lot of the kids were not properly dressed. I was not properly dressed for the wind. So we definitely needed gloves and jackets, and some kids were having a really hard time with all the cold, but we all made it through that first day. A lot of information from the guide about each thing. And then we got into the bus and went to the bowling alley. And so once we got to the bowling alley, it was just like a really crazy madhouse. We got arcade cards for the groups. We got, got to get on a lane and bowl if you wanted to for the groups. They had like buffet style food. So it was like fries and nuggets and pizzas and drinks, and it was really just all open. And there was like all the kids running around, playing arcade, playing bowling, eating, drinking, whatever. So my daughter and I were kind of a little overwhelmed, and we sat and just like chilled for a minute. But once that was done, then we all headed over to the hotel, and everybody was in their, grouped rooms with their friends, and chaperones were in separate rooms. So the kid rooms ended up being taped at a certain time just so that they could make sure if certain people were leaving their rooms or staying in. Chaperone rooms were not taped, but I was so dead tired. I like talked to my chaperone really quick, like who I was rooming with, really quick, did some bathroom stuff, and just like crashed really hard. Woke up the next morning before my alarm, and then got myself packed up and ready to go. Checked on the kids and made sure everybody was ready to go for breakfast. Went downstairs, had some coffee, talked to everybody. It was just really nice to connect and actually connect with some of my daughter's teachers and hear them being so proud of her, and just, it was lovely. So then we all were ready. Everybody was packed up. Everybody got into the buses. We went to the White House, in front of the White House, not inside, but in front, to take pictures. We were not really super close. There were a lot of fences, so you couldn't really get a clear shot of the White House itself. And then we went to, we went to two memorials, the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial and the FDR Memorial. And went to those two, and then after those two, we went to the Museum of African American History and Culture. I think it was like a longer name than just like, a few words. We went to that one first and walked all over the place in there. It was a very, very big, considering it looked really small on the outside. And then we went across the street to, and again, the names, if I get them wrong, don't come and hunt me down, but I'm like trying to remember. It was the American History Museum. And so we went in there too for a couple of hours. It was literally, I don't know, it was like 3 hours or 3.5 hours we had from both of the museums. So lots of walking, lots of looking for things. The kids had scavenger hunt that they had to do. And once we were done with that museum, then that was it. The kids got to look in the gift shop a little bit, but we didn't really get to do too much else. And everybody loaded on the bus for the last time, got lunches, and we were headed back home. So it was a lot of stuff kind of packed into those 2 days. A lot of really cool details, a lot of really cool connections. I connected with a lot of her teachers, a lot of the other parents, the kids that my daughter has as friends and hangs out with. I got to like meet and hang out with too, so that was kind of cool. The bus ride back was again a long bus ride, just like kind of chilling, eating, resting, just checking up. My feet were throbbing, my ankles were throbbing, my whole legs were throbbing just from all the walking and everything. And we made another bathroom break, and then we got back it was dark out, so it was late, and I made sure we were all good and packed it up in the car. My daughter and I went home, and then we ate salads that we were given for dinner and some chocolate snacks that she had, and watched some of her show. And then we were both toast before 9:00 p.m. and we both headed up to bed. kind of getting ready for our beach trip this weekend that's coming up. But yeah, 2 full days in DC, 2 full days of walking, 2 full days of just hanging out with my daughter in her class. And I would say it was a lot of fun. It was definitely memories, and just they did a really good job with the trip. So I was really excited to go and be a part of it. That's kind of it for those days. Nothing, like I said, too significant. I've still been talking to my new guy from Florida, texting on and off. Talked to my son a little bit, and yeah, just enjoyed the time. It was a whirlwind. It was a lot. But now it's done and we get to move on to the next big thing. I thank you guys for being here, for supporting me. I do appreciate all the subscribers, the likes, the shares, the comments, and I love you so much. Each and every one of you, even if I haven't met you or know you, I do share and send some love your way. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.